Welcome to Formula Fanatics, the high-octane sub-series of break-fix podcasts drive through motorsports news. This is your pit stop for all things Formula One, from breaking headlines and race recaps to insider analysis and paddock buzz. Whether you're a diehard tifoso, a Red Bull loyalist, or just love the thrill of wheel-to-wheel racing, we've got you covered with up-to-date F1 news delivered at full throttle. Strap in, because the lights are out and we're underway. This is Formula Fanatics.
All right, let's talk 2026.
Let's do it.
So let's go back to our predictions. You've heard the last 11 months as we ranted and raved about Formula One. So I want to go back to the beginning. We battled back and forth last January about Formula One, and I made some pretty bold statements. None that I can't come back from, because I think they all came true at the end of the day. Did I or did I not say third race would lock in Lewis Hamilton for the rest of the year?
I don't know what you said. That would require me to listen to the podcast, which I don't do. So
I'm sure you did, but I don't think any of us said he was going to win.
No, but there was all this, but Lewis. Back marker.
He can't be considered a back marker to finish 6th overall.
What did Ricky Bobby say?
you ain't first, you're last.
My point.
I mean, so then there were 19 people in last place and Lando was in first. Okay, yes.
Yeah, so they were all tied for last.
So going back to Lewis for just a second, did you notice like mid-season the excuses started to peter off? Kind of when we settled into sucking. Like there was no more the engine braking, there was no more this, there was no more that, there was no more blah, 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 blah. I did see a bunch of stuff on the internet about how, oh, everybody should listen to what Lewis has to say. Ferrari's not listening to him, blah, blah, blah. And then you saw a bunch of social media posts about how Ferrari's not going to build that new F40, all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, they were never going to do that to begin with. I kind of want to know what happened halfway into the later part of the season. Did he just buckle down and say, that's it? I got nothing else to add. Like even his interviews were really curt and short.
He may have gotten a call from Ferrari saying, hey, stop it. The car's great. Or maybe he just didn't care anymore. He went right into full, I'm just going to collect a paycheck. I don't care.
They know the car wasn't going to do anymore. So what's the point?
Do we think the next year's car is going to be any better at Ferrari?
They're all going to be different. So we don't know. They're shorter wheelbase. They're narrower. The wings are more adjustable. The MHU thing is gone. They're V6 twin turbo hybrids, something or other.
I thought they were already V6 twin turbos now.
I don't remember.
They're really small 6-cylinders, like 1.5 liters or something like that.
Something's changing.
No kidding.
Formula One's 2026 engine changes shift to a roughly 50-50 combustion electric power split using 100% sustainable fuel, significantly boost electrical power for closer racing, eliminating the complex MGUH.
Whatever that means.
The motor generator unit.
Well, I know what that is.
Yes. Sorry, I thought you said I don't know what that is. So who knows how any of their cars are going to be.
I predict Ferrari's going to be 1 and 2.
In a different racing series? At Le Mans?
That's my bold prediction.
Yeah, okay.
I have no idea. Audi won. Just kidding.
There is no way. No, they're going to be terrible. Have they announced the second driver yet?
Bortoleto.
No, they're keeping him?
Yeah, it's Hulkenberg and Bortlin.
Oh my God, they're going to be terrible. They're terrible now.
Hey, Nico finished 11th, Gabrielle 19th.
Where did Tsunoda finish?
17th.
No, he finished in IndyCar.
Yeah,
because he's out.
Tsunoda's going to race in those movies with Jackie Chan. That's where he's going to be.
Good Lord. Well, he's joining Mick Schumacher over at IndyCar as well. IndyCar, the place where Formula One drivers go to retire. Like, they're never coming back from that. There's no way.
I don't think it's actually confirmed that he's going to IndyCar.
So the way it reads is he's going to be a reserve driver for Red Bull / whatever they're calling the other team this year. What I also read was that he had a seat waiting for him in IndyCar.
Yeah.
I think you can be a reserve driver and still race in another series because basically when you're on reserve, they're probably not going to call you.
What motors do they use in IndyCar?
They're still using normally aspirated, or no, I'm sorry. They're using like turbo 8s or turbo 6s.
Okay, so they do have Honda motors. Well, so the problem is possibly, allegedly, if he's a reserve driver for Red Bull, he's challenged to go to IndyCar because of the motors, because it's not a Honda motor anymore. in the Red Bull. There's no Ford motor in IndyCar.
What's that got to do with the price of
I
tea?
don't think he's allowed to. I think there's a sponsorship issue.
I've never seen Max not in his sort of Red Bull uniform. You ever notice that?
They have to. They have to wear all their sponsorship stuff, like even to the point that they can't be seen drinking something that isn't whatever their sponsorship is. So like he has to be like seen holding a Red Bull. Like all of them are like that. I remember when I had the opportunity to meet Tony Stewart and run around like an idiot trying to find him branded whatever was his sponsored drink, like the bottle of water, to get him a bottle of water had to be Dasani because I think Pepsi was who the back sponsor was. So it was like either you have like a cup that has nothing on it or you had to have something that was branded per the sponsorship. Like God forbid it was Aquafina.
Made by Coke.
The sponsorship was going to get upset.
So how does it work for Bottas when he's like naked all the time? And Lewis wears his own stuff. Max is like a machine. I think he sleeps in his Red Bull uniform. Like that's what I'm getting at. Like everybody else has their thing, right? But it's craziness.
I think whenever they have to do the promo stuff, though, they have to be in their sponsored gear. I mean, Max really doesn't do more than he has to. You know what I mean? So I think that's why we never see him in any other form is because he wants to be left alone and just do his thing.
It's rich energy, right?
Maybe none of that matters. I don't know. I don't freaking pay attention.
IndyCar, the most popular, not watched motorsport on television.
No, that's rally.
Hey now. Don't start. Don't start. So Mick Schumacher on his way to IndyCar as well in 2026. That is interesting move there too, but good to see him behind the wheel of something.
Not an Uber or a delivery car.
That's what he's been doing in the meantime.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, you guys talked about Audi a little bit for 2026. I mean, obviously we have Cadillac coming online. I am enjoying every social media post by Bottas. They are hilarious. Just some of the stuff he's putting out there. Like, did you see the goodbye to Mercedes thing that he did? Basically, the punchline is they strip him down because they want all of his Mercedes logoed stuff back. Like he's not allowed to keep it. So he ends up basically in his underwear at the end of this video. And he's like, so sad. And then he like jumps in like a lake or something. And it's just totally bizarre. But it is really kind of funny.
Totally Botus.
Yeah, exactly. But it was hilarious. I'm glad to see him coming back. And we'll see how he does at Cadillac with Checo.
Oh, that's right. Cadillac. Cadillac's going to be 1 and 2.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Maybe in IMSA, but not in Formula One. So we talked about changes to the cars. Any new tracks coming to the schedule next year? What's going on?
Maple Valley.
Maple Valley?
Backwards. That's 2000s. That's what they're bringing back.
What was the one in Gran Turismo that was like Apricot Hill?
Apricot Hill with Appletini Valley.
What new tracks do we have next year, Tanya? Another one in Italy?
They are bringing back Portugal.
What?
Oh, yes. I love Portugal. With that giant sweeping turn. That's my favorite.
Yes. That means there's hope. Maybe we'll get a French Grand Prix after all these years. Can we go back to Magny-Cours? Like, seriously, there's some of the best races were at that track.
Oh, but it's not coming until 2027.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here.
Womp womp.
Yeah. What else is going on? Anything else changing that we know about yet? Other than Adrian Newey is going to be team principal at Aston.
Well, there are rumors slurring about who sits in a corner, Mr. Horner.
Oh, Lord.
Perhaps there's a home for him at Alpine.
I thought you were going to say with Gunther Steiner over running motorcycles.
I was going to say at Rikers.
Alpine? Really?
Rumors.
The rumor mill is a buzz.
What's he going to do with Colapinto and whoever the other guy is?
Gasly.
Yeah, I can never remember who drives for Alpine.
He's already fired Gasly once. He's just going to keep firing. He's going to follow Gasly around and fire him throughout F1.
Poor guy.
He might quit if Christian Horner comes back. He might just be like, I'm out. This is stupid. Other than what we talked about during the recap, do we know of any drivers that are stepping up outside of, Checo and Bottas and things like that?
Daniel Ricciardo.
No.
No, he's done.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Who's going to be Lawson's teammate?
I guess somebody went for the money then.
They're going to bring Doohan back?
No, they brought in a new guy. His name is Avrid Lindblad.
Is that a name?
Arvid Lindblad, sorry.
What country is that?
He's a British motorsports racing driver.
I was thinking Scandinavia, but all right.
Swedish father and
There it is.
mother of Indian heritage.
Okay. All right. That's exciting. Some more rookies. I mean, we do seem to be having a changing of the guard in 2026, except for Alonso.
Apparently, that was Helmut's last thing that he brought him on, and then that guy got sacked.
We were talking about that in Discord where it's like Helmut's last race at Red Bull. Next week, Helmut starts at Aston because everybody leaving Red Bull is going to Aston, right? So it's like, what are we doing?
Daddy
here?
Warbucks got a lot of money. Daddy Warbucks, he can just make it rain.
They're trying to put together a winning team at Aston. Let's just be real about it. They're trying to make a competitive run.
Oh, of course.
They don't have the manpower, I'm just going to say it that way, to get there from behind the steering wheel. Who do they get rid of in 2026 to get them to the podium?
There's only one option.
One would argue they have half the manpower because they have two-time world champion Fernando Alonso and zero-time world champion Baby Stroll.
Does Daddy Warbucks want his son to be on the podium?
Of course.
Is it a tax write-off?
He can't go away. Do you get rid of Alonso?
Yes. Yes, you
Is that
do.
Hamilton's next stop?
I was wondering that. Would Hamilton go to Aston? Would he do that?
What are we doing here? We doing another, we're just gonna jump ship every year.
We're doing a Danny Rick.
Constantly be on like the losing team.
Is he going to lose less at Ferrari or lose less at Aston? Let's be real.
Is it a losing team because it's a losing team, or is it a losing team because of who's on the team? If the same thing keeps happening over and over to somebody, then that person is usually the problem.
I mean, that's sort of what Vasseur was alluding to last year, right?
No, but he wasn't referring to it that it was the driver's fault because he was saying we've changed the drivers, we've changed the car.
Yes.
I think what he was alluding to is we haven't changed the upper management in Ferrari.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, that's for sure. Is this Hamilton's last season at Ferrari if he stays at Ferrari and nothing happens over the winter?
What's his contract say?
I don't know.
It says month to month, like his cell phone plan.
He has a bad relationship with them.
Yeah. It
From day one.
started off rough.
They don't like him. I don't know what it is because it was very sad. The end of the race, his radio, if you saw like the transcript from his radio communication with the team where he was like, thank you so much, blah, blah, blah. And then there was silence and they didn't acknowledge him. And he's like, are you guys there? And they're like, oh yeah, ha ha ha, we were talking. Yes, thank you. Great season. How do you act that way to your driver?
Why did they hire him in the first place?
I don't know.
And that's not a slight against Lewis.
No.
That's a slight against Ferrari. Why did you do this? You could have kept Sainz, or was there so much friction between Sainz and Leclerc that wasn't really being exposed that it was sort of like, pick one of us, but neither of us is staying?
I don't think so.
Then why did they need to get rid of
Who
Why would
knows?
Sainz go to Williams? For crying out loud.
He didn't have a choice. His contract was done. Ferrari's choice to renew it or not. He didn't have a choice.
But if I'm an analyst at Ferrari and I'm looking at the numbers and I look at how Hamilton had been doing up until that point, those last couple of years, it wasn't that great. He wasn't great last year either. Why would you take on somebody like that if you know your car is sort of and you got Sainz who's already accustomed to the car, renew his contract, and he probably cost less
No, for sure.
than bringing on Lewis?
I think it's delusion and ego. I don't think they thought their car was meh, at least to start the year. I mean, everybody goes in thinking they've got a good car, but I feel like Ferrari'd themselves, and they refuse to accept the fact that the car is the problem.
I could believe there's a certain level of arrogance.
That's the word I was looking for, arrogance.
Well, they are the only works team in Formula One. They are the only pure stem to stern. They provide their own motors and their own chassis.
I thought that was Mercedes too. No, not McLaren. Mercedes
Because
is that
McLaren
what they
uses
were, right?
Mercedes.
But I feel like Mercedes uses their own shit too.
But I think Mercedes, the chassis aren't theirs. They're made in England or something like that. But like the Ferraris are built by Ferrari. They are Ferraris through and through. They're built in Maranello. They're tested at Fiorano. It doesn't leave Italy. Like secrets stay at home. You know what I mean? I think Mercedes is a little bit more spread out. So it's not a pure works team like Ferrari is. So Porsche is the same way. I mean, other than the 963, which is a Dallara underneath. But up until that point, Porsche's a Porsche, right? I mean, it's built by them. So Ferrari's a similar way. They don't want to give up their secrets to anybody else. I think they're faced with the challenge of not being able to borrow, let's say, technology from somebody else. They are sort of stuck in their ways. That presents a bigger challenge. But on the same token, I don't understand their management moves to the bigger point here. And I think that is what Vasseur was getting to. You're exactly right, Tanya. And maybe it's a level playing field with all new cars.
We said that the last time they did this.
Yeah. And when was the last time? Was it when they had the other Kimi Räikkönen, right? It was the last time the Ferrari won. It was like 15 years ago now or something like that. It's been forever.
No, I mean, the last time, like all the major car changes, we said it was going to be a level playing field, and the usual suspects came out on top like they usually do.
Despite the spending caps, despite everything, right? So I don't know.
Are we going to predict?
Yeah, go for it. What do you want to predict?
I'm still hanging on to Cadillac. No, I think it's going to be Max's year, and if Hadjar can stick with them, Red Bull will come in first in constructor.
Yes, because Hadjar will score higher than Tsunoda did by driving normally.
Although I will say, personally, I don't see why they got rid of Perez, because I thought Perez was good. I mean, he had a couple bad races here and there, but I think for the most part, I thought he did well.
Well, that's a good thing Cadillac has him, so it'll be all right.
Him and Bottas.
Red Bull probably wouldn't have won the constructors, but they would have came in second instead of third if he had a teammate making any points.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, 469 Mercedes, 451 Red Bull. I mean, that's 449 points that were Max.
That's true. That's very true.
Which is sad because he beat Ferrari
basically by himself
with two drivers that were consistently in the points, let's say. There were a couple races where there were DNFs, but for the most part, they both did finish in the points almost every race. And Max still by himself crushed it.
All right, I'm going to throw one out there. Haas is going to do better than Audi next year. Excuse me, Volkswagen.
Anya has a look of confusion on her face.
I got to hand it to Ocon. I talked about Bierman in the retrospective and how he's one to watch out for, but Ocon, being almost 30 or just turned 30 this year, he's doing pretty good. He's always sort of in the middle. He's fighting. They're actually pretty clean racing compared to Ocon of the past, where just taking people out like a missile. And the reality is, I think the Haas's have gotten better. The Williamses have gotten better. There was some exciting racing happening in the middle where TV coverage just watching, Lando or Oscar or Max just lapping like they're at an HPDE. There was nothing exciting really happening at the front. There were no real battles. The real racing was happening in the middle. I feel like if Haas keeps going, and it's been this long, arduous journey for them since the days of Rich Energy and whatnot, I think they're going to do better than Audi next year, which breaks my heart because Volkswagen's putting all the cards on the table to be able to afford the Audi program for next year, but it's just going to be terrible.
Is it going to be Audi or is it going to be the drivers?
I would have driver changed already. Maybe that'll still happen. There's still time. That also makes me wonder, is it going to be a whole Audi production? Or is it going to be Audi supplying stuff to Sauber and it's more of the same, just like when it was Alfa Romeo, or it's always been Sauber for like the last millennia. But if it's a ground up Volkswagen program and they're putting their back behind it.
So Audi, according to the all-knowing interwebs, they're providing their own power unit.
Are they providing their own chassis? I knew they were providing their own motors.
So Audi is partnering with the Sauber team for their 2026 Formula One entry, with the Swiss team's Hinwil facility developing and building the actual car chassis and handling race operations, while Audi develops the power unit in Germany. They are effectively becoming a factory team. Chassis development is happening at the former Sauber headquarters in Hinwil, Switzerland, with significant collaboration and integration with Audi's power unit development in Germany.
Is Haas going to be deeper in with Toyota? Are they ditching the Ferrari motors? Are we going to have a Gazoo power plant in the Formula One car?
No, they'll still have the Ferrari power unit.
Ugh. So we'll have 3 teams with Ferrari motors out there running. Okay. It's going to be an interesting year.
I don't know what to make predictions of. I mean, I'd love to see Audi at the top. I'd love to see Audi at least in the upper half, if nothing else, because that would be pretty impressive on a debut season. I don't know that I have the confidence in the drivers.
See, and I think a way to prove that would be take last year's cars, the 2025 cars, and switch all the drivers around. So you put the back markers in the fast cars and the fast guys in the slow cars and see what happens. If you put Hulkenberg in Verstappen's Red Bull or in Oscar's McLaren, he'd still be like 14th.
Max still wins.
Right? You put Max in the Haas or a Williams or whatever, and he's going to be in the front. I'm telling you, that's how that plays out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see Cadillac too, right? Everybody's going to be thinking they're going to be hot shit. Are they? I mean, at least they have seasoned drivers. So like Bottas and Sergio will be able to drive. Cadillac's coming in with a brand new car,
Air quotes, brand new car
blah, blah, blah. It's whoever they're copying and pasting.
with last year's Ferrari motor modified.
Seasoned drivers. So I'm not worried about the drivers. And then you got Audi coming in, totally brand new, and with with one rookie, basically, because Gabriel's first season was this season and he did crap, basically. You effectively still have one rookie seat. And then Nico's been around the block.
Nico's like the longest running rookie in Formula One. He drives like a rookie.
How old is that guy?
He's must be 37. He's old. He looks old.
38.
I called it. Called it. Dude needs to retire. He might as well be Alonso.
Without the winning.
Other motorsports disciplines beckon, Mr. Hulkenberg. Just saying.
Oh, I saw something that I don't know if it was fake or not, but it was basically implying a potential Le Mans team.
Oh, here we go.
Verstappen, Alonso, and Charles.
What?
It probably was like a clickbait bullshit thing, but nonetheless, we know that Alonso's done Le Mans before.
He's already won it with Toyota.
And we know Max has interest in all that endurance racing stuff. And I'm sure Charles would be interested too. So that would be an interesting combination.
I can't really see the three of them getting along as teammates.
I don't think there's any bad blood between Max and Charles, though, because I think they were sort of buddies through go-karting.
Notice how you left Alonso out of this.
Well, I was starting with those two. And then
Yeah.
I don't know that Max has any bad blood with Alonso either, because like, who is Alonso to him? His grandpa, his older brother.
It's no Alonso. Get him out of here.
I mean, they've never really had to go head to head ever, and they've never been teammates. So
There's time. There's time.
in theory, he's just like, oh, it's two-time world champion Alonso. Yeah, you were good 20 years ago.
Back in the days of Schumacher. When Schumacher was at Mercedes and he was done. But yes, those guys at Le Mans. So speaking of Franz Herrmann, like I'm excited to see what happens.
So he's been racing. Man never stops racing, as they say. Like he's been test driving a Mercedes.
What Mercedes
GT3.
like GT3? Oh,
Yeah, he's been doing laps.
did you see the video he did with Chris Harris? I don't know if it was in Austria or in Australia. He went by really fast on the Instagram reel, and he's in one of the new Dark Horse Mustangs.
Oh yeah, I watched
Chris
the
is
whole
like
thing.
chatting his ear, and Max is just driving, and he's like zero personality, right? Because he just cares about the driving. And at one point, Chris Harris asks him, like, what does he think about the car? And he's like, yeah, it's pretty good. As he's like power sliding through a turn, completely like unfazed by what's going on.
Yeah, I watched that whole thing. That's the video, and that's the interview thing where he made the comment that front wheel drive was
Ah, okay.
uncool. And then yeah, they go out because now he has to promote and everything Ford, because Ford's the new engine for Red Bull. And they took the Mustang out, and it actually started raining while they were doing the laps.
When do the cars get revealed? When do we get to see them look exactly like they did last year?
It's usually around February, I think.
February. Okay, so we got some
They
time.
start in February.
Isn't Cadillac, aren't they going to debut? I want to say it was going to be during the Super Bowl is when they're going to reveal the Cadillac car.
That's
That makes
still
sense.
February. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, for our very first Formula Fanatics of the 2026 season, as this is abbreviated because we don't have a ton of news yet, but we'll be keeping up with these as we go along, as we stay glued to our Apple TV subscription. Can't wait for that to kick in. Let's do this as we close out this Formula Fanatics episode. Lightning round. Team driver. Who are you rooting for 2026? Go, Brad.
Cadillac, Botus.
Tanya.
Audi, neither driver.
Audi, Verstappen.
If you couldn't tell by what I'm wearing, I'm going to go with Ferrari the car, Verstappen the championship. That's where my heart lies, to be disappointed and broken yet again.
I mean, yes. I mean, I want Ferrari to win. I want to see Audi do really well. And that's where it lies. And if Max Verstappen wins the championship, I don't hate him as much as I used to. So
Same.
it's okay.
Same.
You know what? There is hope. There is somewhere Ferrari is going to win next year. Mark my words.
Forza.
24 Hours of Le Mans. 499p, king of the world 4 times in a row. Let's go. Ferrari.
Ooh, can they four-peat?
Team and driver you're rooting against.
Oh, Lando, McLaren, done.
Not Aston Martin?
No, that's going to be like an episode of the Three Stooges. Like I'm just waiting. It's like Keystone Cops over there. I just want to see what happens.
I mean, I've got two drivers I'm rooting against. I'm definitely rooting for Stroll to completely just F everything up just because I don't like Daddy Warbucks back there funding his entire fantasy that he doesn't deserve. But also Russell. I'm rooting against Russell because I think Russell is a tool bag.
That guy gets under my
wanker.
skin.
He's a bloody wanker.
And those eyelashes too.
Oh.
Like Snuffleupagus. Like they really kind of freak me out a little bit.
He just looks like someone I want to punch in the face.
So you said driver team.
Driver or team, like it's whatever. I don't know what team I'm rooting against.
No, I'm saying Eric, his original question. So you're not rooting for Antonelli?
I am. But I want to see Max come back and win and put McLaren in their place.
Do we think Ferrari
No.
is ruining not signing Antonelli, an Italian driver
Yes.
in an Italian car?
Yes. Or an Australian with a Italian sounding name. They should have hired Piastri, adopted him as an Italian, and it would have been all right. Actually, I think Piastri would be a good fit at Ferrari. He's got that sort of stoic, kind of like a Schumacher. He drives very clean. He's very professional. He's very consistent. I could see him eventually making a transition there if Lewis gives up his seat, because Charles ain't going to do it. If Charles leaves Ferrari, I think he's going to leave Formula One, period.
I don't know where he would go. I mean, his dream was Ferrari. That's where he is, and it's not panning out yet.
Turn into a nightmare.
That is sadly the meme about his life.
All right, Tanya. So as we close this out, who are you rooting against? Audi and
Against? No, I'm not rooting against Audi. I don't know that I'm even this season was actively rooting against any team.
McLaren.
You can pick a driver.
I don't mind McLaren. I would have loved to see Oscar win it.
Yes, I agree.
So I have no problem with McLaren. Like, I don't like Liam Lawson, so I won't be hurt if he doesn't do well.
That guy is a punk.
Yeah, I don't know. The rooting against is hard. Like, I don't like George either because he's a whiny little baby.
Just say that you don't want Lando to win again. Just say it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how he does. Like, is he a one-hit wonder and that was it?
And on that other disappointment,
I think we're good.
The Drive-Thru is our monthly news episode and is sponsored in part by organizations like CollectorCarGuide.net, Project Motoring, Garage Style Magazine, the Exotic Car Marketplace, and many others. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of The Drive-Thru, look no further than www.motoringpodcast.net. Click About and then Advertising. Thank you again to everyone that supports the Motoring Podcast Network, Grand Touring Motorsports, our podcast Break Fix, and all the other services we provide.